nosotros en su programa Café con Leche, la voz de los latinos en América. Estamos transmitiendo desde hermosa 1470 AM, 96.9 FM. Les habla Lilia Galindo y me acompaña en el teléfono el juez retirado y orador motivacional LaMon. Vamos a dar la bienvenida. Good morning. Buenos días.
Good morning. Hola, hola.
Hola, buenos días. How are you?
I am fine. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thank you so much. What is the topic for this morning?
This morning, we're going to talk about vision.
Vision? Okay, perfect.
Yeah, vision. Isn't it important that you're able to see?
To the future, yeah, but it's so difficult. No?
Yeah, if you want to see the future, how it actually is going to be, that's difficult. But it's not difficult to imagine the future. How would you like for it to be?
Bueno, estamos hablando, el tema del día de hoy va a ser la visión. Y le decía yo que él dice que es muy importante que todos tengamos visión. Le digo que sí, pero que es demasiado difícil tener visión. Dice, bueno, sí, le digo, yo le dije, es difícil tener una visión hacia el futuro. Dice, bueno, pero no tienes que ver el futuro, tienes que imaginar qué clase de futuro quieres.
Now, I know a little bit about vision, even though I haven't been able to see for many, many years. As you know, as I tell my story many times, I became blind when I was 4 years old.
Dice, y yo sé que, dice, y yo quiero hablar de visión, a pesar de que, como muchos de ustedes saben, yo he sido ciego desde que tenía 4 años.
And that was 65 years ago.
Eso fue 65 años, hace 65 años.
And what I learned over the years is that if you don't have vision, what people think of you is very limited.
Si tú no tienes visión, lo que las personas piensan de ti, la opinión que tienen de ti es muy limitada. How come?
It's because I think we depend a lot on our sight. We have been given 5 senses for perceiving the world around us. We have our ears to hear, our nose to smell, our mouth to taste, our hands to feel, but we rely heavily on our eyes to see. So we will look and see something, and we never actually stop to smell it or hear it.
That's all right. That's right. Fíjate, dice que estamos hablando de la visión, dice, pero es algo que yo no he tenido la habilidad, pero si tú no tienes visión, la opinión que las gentes van a tener de ti va a ser muy pobre. Dice, tenemos 5 sentidos, se nos han dado 5 sentidos para poder percibir el mundo. Entonces, el mundo alrededor de nosotros, tenemos nuestros ojos, nuestra nariz para oler, nuestros oídos para oír, nuestro tacto para saber qué más. Y dice, pero tenemos también los ojos para ver. Ay, me faltó el gusto para probar. Dice, pero vamos por el mundo sin ver nada, sin oler nada, sin usar nuestros sentidos. Now you can continue, please.
And so when you don't have vision, people look at it as affecting everything else about you. Because I'm blind, people want to carry my suitcase for me. They want to, they actually, people actually talk louder to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I remember once when the person was giving me directions, something. I don't remember exactly what it was that they were talking about, but they didn't see me. So maybe we were on the phone or something like that. And I happen to say, well, wait a minute, I'm blind. And then they start talking louder. They said, oh, are you blind? I didn't know.
And what, did you say something or not?
No, I say, and I tell them, I said, no. I'm just blind. I can't see. I can hear just fine.
Oh, very good. Bueno, pues entonces si no tienes visión, la gente va a pensar muy pobremente de ti. Dice, por ejemplo, para mí que soy una persona que no ve, dice, por ejemplo, la gente enseguida trata de cargarme el portafolio, a pesar de que no tiene nada que ver el cargar el portafolio, ¿verdad? O a veces incluso me hablan mucho más fuerte de lo que necesito porque me ven que soy ciego. Una vez estaba yo pidiendo instrucciones vía telefónica y me dieron la instrucción y le dije, espérame tantito porque soy ciego. Entonces dice, la persona inmediatamente empezó a hablarme mucho más fuerte de lo normal y le tuve que decir, no, nomás soy ciego, pero sí oigo bien, ¿eh? Entonces ese tipo de cosas sucede.
But they will also treat you like you can't make your own decisions. They'll want to make decisions for you. When I used to live in Los Angeles, and I'd travel a lot by myself with my cane, and I'd get on the bus and go different places. Well, if I stood at the corner to cross the street, people who would want to help me, they wouldn't ask me if I want to cross the street. They wouldn't ask me which way I want to go. They would just take my elbow and start walking. As if I can't make my decision. They made the decision about which direction I want to go. That's also, if you're blind, they think, or if you don't have vision, you can't even make your own decisions for yourself.
También dice, ha sucedido casos donde las gentes que porque no veo, cree que no puedo hacer mis propias decisiones. Dice, por ejemplo, una vez estaba yo tratando de cruzar la calle, si ni siquiera te preguntan, te toman nomás del brazo y te empiezan a cruzar porque creen que no sabes ni dónde quieres ir, ni qué quieres hacer, simplemente lo asumen. And what did you say when they were trying to cross you the street and you didn't want to go? Excuse me, or what?
Yeah, I said, wait a minute, that's not where I want to go. Can you tell me? Like I had to do that once for my lesson. They wanted to help me across the street, and I said, no, I'm not sure I want to go across the street. I'm looking for, and I told them what store I'm looking for. I didn't know if it was across the street or not. I had to tell them, and they said, oh, that's over there. Yeah, we have to go this way instead.
And do you know that is a very good question? How do you, being by yourself, how do you identify places? You have to ask somebody,
well, and that's part of what vision is all about. So what I learned in the process, two things very important about what kind of vision you have to have. One is you must have a vision of who you are, not based on what other people think you are, but you must have your own vision about who you are and what you're capable of doing. And the second is you must have a vision, you must have a picture in your mind about where you want to go.
Wow. Bueno, estábamos hablando, amigos, de lo importante de la visión. Dice que porque no ve, no le dejan tomar decisiones. Dice que incluso algunas veces él no quería cruzar la calle, lo querían cruzar. Dice, una vez hubo una persona que me tomó del brazo y ya me iba a pasar. Dijo, no, yo no quiero ir, yo ando buscando, no sé a dónde voy porque ando buscando esta tienda. Entonces ya le dijeron, dice, así es que por eso yo creo que debes de tener una visión muy clara de qué es lo que eres, quién eres, dice, porque incluso te quieren nulificar tu personalidad, tus deseos, todo. Pero cuando tienes visión, tienes que tener muy claro quién eres y de qué eres capaz. Y lo mismo para el futuro, pensar cuáles son tus habilidades para el futuro, qué es lo que quieres en el futuro.
So I learned to have a map in my head. Even, I talked about a vision of seeing the future, but you also have to have a vision, the actual vision of the world around you. So I have a map in my head. When I walk around my house, I don't hold on to the walls or the furniture or anything because I have a map in my head about what my house looks like. And I picture myself on that map and where I'm walking. When I'm walking outside, I have a map of where I'm going. When I'm riding in the car, let's say when Erica's driving, I have a map in my head about where we're going. So I actually give her directions on where to turn and how far to go and so forth.
Wow, that is amazing. Dice, fíjate, dice, lo que yo hago entonces para poder vivir, dice, porque, por ejemplo, en mi casa, no me estoy agarrando de las paredes ni de los muebles. Yo lo que hago es diseñar un mapa de cómo mi casa está organizada, de tal manera que puedo moverme libremente sin ningún obstáculo. También dice, puedo hacer lo mismo cuando estamos manejando. Tengo direcciones claras y sé por dónde vamos. Incluso puedo dirigir a mi asistente Erika para decirle a dónde vamos. Y you can tell her, turn to the right here, or what?
Yes, yeah.
Oh
I
my.
could tell her, you know, you're going to have to get off on the next off ramp.
Oh, yeah, that is really good. Okay, I'm going to go to a break and we can continue for a few more minutes, okay?
All righty, sure.
El abogado Ángelo Campano ya ha sido elegido 3 veces como el mejor abogado del Valle del Antílope. Así que si sales lastimado en cualquier tipo de accidente, solo llámale al 661-945-5300 y él ganará tu caso. Y si no gana, no le debes nada. No esperes más, 661-945-5300. ¿Le puedes subir al volumen, por favor? 5300. Ángelo Campano, el abogado en quien la comunidad confía.
The West Nile virus is transmitted by the bite of a mosquito. Some cases are so severe they result in neurological disease such as meningitis. To protect you and your family, drain all standing water and maintain or drain swimming pools. Mosquitoes are most active during dawn and dusk. Protect yourself by using insect repellents containing deep picaridin or oil of lemon eucalyptus. Birds can also carry the West Nile virus. If you see a dead bird, call 877-968-2473. 877-968-2473. For more information, visit avmosquito.org.
Ok, hello, queridos amigos.
Hello.
Vamos a continuar con LaMon. Él es un orador motivacional y es una persona que es abogado y que ha estado ciego desde los 4 años de edad, como nos dijo anteriormente. Nos está aplicando, nos está instruyendo cómo el tener una visión, o sea, una idea de lo que va a ser en el futuro, es muy importante para poder desarrollarte. Okay, now you can continue, please.
And as I said, in addition to having vision of where you're going or where you want to go, you have to have, it's extremely important to how you see yourself. Because other people are just going to look at the outside. They're going to look at the color of your skin. They're going to look at your hair. They're going to look at the way your nose is shaped. They're going to look at the clothes that you wear. And they're going to make judgments about you and what you're capable of doing. But you can't limit yourself, or you shouldn't limit yourself to what they think. Because what you're capable of doing is more about what's inside you. How do you think? How do you feel? And they can't see that. Only you can know that. So you have to create your own vision of yourself.
That sounds really good. Bueno, dice, entonces tienes que hacer un juicio de tú mismo y ser capaz de presentarlo a los demás. Dice, porque todos los demás van a hacer juicios acerca de ti, de cómo te vistes, cómo te ves físicamente, qué clase de limitaciones. Y no podemos permitir que nadie nos limite, sino tenemos que tener claramente una idea de qué es lo que queremos, qué es lo que queremos ser, qué es lo que somos ahora y qué es lo que queremos ser en el futuro. ¿Cómo te ves a ti mismo en el futuro? What kind of advice would you give to somebody to really have a vision of yourself in something productive? Because some people, even though they have too many opportunities, they don't take advantage. They spend time in things that are not important, and they don't how do you say, they don't work in, for example, in personal relationship or in anything like that, just like in things like, like now people spend time in social media or something.
Well, one of the first things that you have to realize, and it came to mind as you're talking about how much time they spend on social media, is you got to realize that time is life. I mean, as long as you live, you've got time. If you stop living, if you die, you no longer have time.
Mm-hmm.
Time is life. So the question is, how are you spending your time? Are you spending your time growing? Are you spending your time making yourself a better person? Or are you spending your time trying to please other people?
Entonces dice, lo que tenemos que hacer es analizar, le preguntaba yo, bueno, ¿cómo le haces para que tengas una visión de lo que quieres hacer, que sea productiva, ¿no? Que te permita salir adelante como individuo, sacarle provecho a lo que tienes, a lo que traes adentro. Le digo, porque muchas personas yo veo que no se preocupan por nada y, por ejemplo, en la actualidad yo creo que el 99% de las personas se gastan un montón de tiempo en la media social que no es nada productiva para muchos. Dice, entonces lo que tenemos que hacer, le digo, ¿cómo le haces para cambiar eso? Dice, bueno, yo creo que todos aquellos que gastan tanto tiempo en media social deberían de pensar, tengo que gastar mi tiempo en algo que me haga crecer, que me haga, que me haga poder ser una mejor persona de lo que soy, que me contribuya al desarrollo de mi personalidad y a mi futuro. So you can continue now.
So here's the point. The vision that you see on television, you get that pretty instantly. You push a button, boom, there's the vision. That somebody else has created it for you. If you go to the movies, you just buy your ticket and buy your popcorn and you sit down, boom, the vision is already there. You don't have to do anything. They've created it for you. But if you want a vision of your own, a vision that you created, that takes time. I said to you at the beginning, I've been blind for 65 years. So what I'm sharing with you, I didn't know it when I was 5 or 6 or 7. It took time. And so I'm sharing with you what I've learned over 65 years.
Wow. Fíjense, dice, para tener, dice, por ejemplo, los ejemplos de la visión, dice, por ejemplo, si tú prendes la televisión, claramente tienes imagen de lo que te están presentando. Si vas al cine, también cuando ves la película ahí ves exactamente lo que te están presentando, no hay ninguna duda. Bueno, pues tú tienes que hacer lo mismo para crear tu propia visión. Dice, por ejemplo, cuando yo tenía 4 años, pues no sabía nada de lo que te he compartido el día de hoy, pero ahora lo sé. But do you know, then maybe we should think like if I'm going to be I'm going to make a movie of myself in the future, and then I can develop an argument and all that. How do you say? Um, an idea of what really I want to see in the future for myself.
That's exactly right. You develop your own movie. You decide what you think of this movie as your movie of your life.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want people to see? And you create that for yourself. But now the question is, do you create what you think people want to see?
Oh.
Or do you create what you want to see and tell people, just enjoy my movie?
Qué interesante. Le estaba yo preguntando, entonces deberíamos de pensar acerca de poner nuestro futuro, de poner nuestra visión como si fuésemos a producir una película de uno mismo y entonces decir, ¿qué es lo que quieres para el futuro? ¿Qué es lo que quieres para el futuro? Y entonces ahí vas a proyectar exactamente lo que quieres. Dice, sí, pero va a haber gente que esté haciendo esa película, dice, claramente esa es la idea, pero tienes que hacer la película de tal manera que no sea para complacer a lo que la gente piensa de ti, sino para lo que tú realmente quieres hacer en el futuro. Entonces hay que ser cuidadoso con eso. Y dice para que when you were saying I'm going to make my own movie of myself, but I really don't care what they think about me, about the movie. I don't even want them, they see it. I just want to do it by myself. Has to be like in that way.
That's the way it should be, because no one else can. They don't know what your movie should be like. Just remember, your movie of yourself has to reflect what's inside you, not just what's outside you, right? Because no two people are alike. You can have two people from Mexico, but they're still two different people. Yeah, they both come from Mexico. They both may speak Spanish, but they're two different people. So their movies have to be different. And only they know exactly how to create that.
Bueno, entonces le decía yo, entonces la película, en mi opinión, si haces tu película de lo que quieres con tu vida, no debería ser acerca de darle gusto a todos los demás, pero además ni siquiera que te importe que vayan a ver la película o no, sino va a ser tu película de lo que tú quieres lograr y de lo que tú quieres hacer. Dice, sí, dice, lo que tienes que proyectar es lo bueno que haces afuera y lo bueno que tienes adentro. Dice, porque, por ejemplo, podemos ver la película de dos mexicanos, y aunque son los dos mexicanos del mismo origen, van a tener diferentes opciones y diferentes visiones. So, do you know what important is to have a good insight, like not only take advantage of everybody around, but to give to other people? What do you think about that?
The insight that you have about yourself, as I said, will take time to develop, and you've got to take that time. You know, one of the things that we fail to do is take the time and spend time with ourselves. You know, spend time alone thinking, you know, who am I? Who am I? How do I really feel about this? Or even if you understand something, let's say you say, you know, I'm really angry about this. Then you have to ask yourself, why am I angry about this? I mean, for example, I knew blind people. I'd gone to school with other blind students, for example. And if someone treated them like they were helpless, they would get very angry. But if someone treated me like I was helpless, I wouldn't get angry. I said, you know what? Let me prove to them that they're wrong. So you have to look at how you react to what happens each day or what happens to you in different situations, and ask yourself, why do I react that way?
Ok, le preguntaba yo qué tan importante es, bueno, pues ya sabemos el outside, ¿no? O sea, la opinión que tiene la gente de ti, de cómo eres por fuera, pero qué tan importante es también desarrollar lo que tienes dentro, la manera como actúas con todos los demás. Y dice, bueno, pues esa se va a crear a través del tiempo, a través de que reflexiones qué es lo que quieres efectivamente en tu vida y cómo quieres que la gente te perciba, ¿no? Entonces, dice, eso es un poco, dice, se tarda uno tiempo en adquirirlo, pero es lo que vas adquiriendo con el tiempo. Entonces, then we have one minute. Tell me how do you want to close the
So in one short message, it is important the vision that you have of you and where you want to go. That's the important thing.
O sea, el mensaje más importante es tener una visión de quién eres tú y de dónde quieres llegar con tu vida, porque bueno, pues ya saben, la vida aquí dura, dice, lo que tenemos es tiempo y cuando ya no hay tiempo es que ya te moriste. Ese tiempo tenemos que usarlo de la mejor manera, siempre haciendo una visión de qué es lo que queremos y qué clase de persona queremos ser. Si eres una persona solamente interesada en las relaciones o eres una persona que estás interesada en servir a los demás como deseas que te sirvan a ti. Okay, Dana, thank you so much for your conversation. It was really great. And
De nada, hasta la vista.
hasta la vista, cocodrilo. No, cocodrilo. See you later, alligator. I was telling you, in Spanish. Bueno, muchísimas gracias por haber estado con nosotros. Los esperamos el día de mañana. No nos falte. Muchísimas gracias. Bye. And